Good afternoon, ladies. So today we're going to discuss about not letting the doctors overwhelm you with a whole lot of research and other unnecessary information that they feel the need to scare us mothers, especially when we're just having our first set of twins. By the second set of twins, you should be some type of pro. One of the things that I found out that they are doing now is the blood test levels to make sure everybody knows. Well, if you don't know, I'm going to let you know right now. Whenever you go through an emergency department to get, and you found out that you're pregnant, they always draw your blood levels to see about how many weeks or how many months you may be. I don't want you to become alarming when they tell you that your levels are low and that they want you to come back every other day to see that they are going up. To be comfortable, you can do it maybe one or two times, but that can be stressful. That's just something that they do. I remember when I was pregnant with my last set of twins, they tried to do that same thing with me. They also gave me an ultrasound. At that ultrasound, I was maybe around maybe 5, maybe 6 weeks pregnant. And when you do an ultrasound around that time, typically you do not see anything. Even the ultrasound lady had told me, because imagine just being told that I was pregnant, but being pregnant and then not being able to see anything in the sac when they did the ultrasound. Well, technically, they're not going to be able to see anything in the sac until you're about maybe 8 to 12 weeks. So do not let the doctors overwhelm you with getting your blood drawn. Do not, worry yourself about it. It's normal. They'll tell you that it's abnormal, but really it's normal. So you can, once you finish at your emergency department, you don't have to keep going back. That's just a way that the insurance now is making money. I've noticed that. They come in early detective pregnancy, and then they want to keep testing you and keep drawing your blood every other day, not knowing that that causes more stress. So let's just forget about that part. When I had my third set of twins, I found out that my son had Fragile X. Fragile X is a very rare retardation. It's carried in the genes, in the genetic. It was done by a blood test. Now, if I would have listened to those doctors, I would have never gave birth to my fourth set of twins. They told me that Fragile X was a very rare disorder, and that as a woman has more children, the gene expands. So they had me worried. I was worried because Fragile X, I noticed that my son, when he was around 2 or 3, he wasn't talking. He wasn't doing any type of communication like the other twins were doing. Mind you, I already had 2 sets, so I already knew what to look for. So they had me worried the whole time I was pregnant that both of my twins at least one of them was going to come out with Fragile X. Ding, 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 ding. I had my babies. They are fully healthy. They're growing. And neither one of them has Fragile X. But they told me that it was a 99% chance that they were going to have Fragile X, because the more children that I had, the more that the gene expands. Mind you, I'm on my 8th and 9th child. So you would thought that the gene would expand, whereas though they would have. So alhamdulillah, mashallah, thank Allah so much for allowing my babies not to have Fragile X. But if I had listened to the doctors with them telling me that it was a guarantee, then I would have been stressed my whole pregnancy, and it would not have been healthy for myself. C-sections. C-sections are very serious. I have had 4 C-sections. Usually after a woman has given 2 C-sections, most likely she will probably get, she can still push out a baby. It just depends on how the cut was. After the third C-section, my last pregnancy, I had to get cut straight up and down from my belly on down. That recovery was very different. It was painful, but if it's the right thing for your child, then I suggest that you should do it. C-section should be the last resort. If you can, babies move. So just because a baby could be breached the day of your delivery or the day of your C-section does not mean that the baby can't move by time it's time for you to deliver. One of the things that I did a lot when I was pregnant, especially the end of my pregnancy, was had a lot of sex, even though I didn't want to. I also walked a lot so that my labor could be easy. I was expected to be in labor because it was my first children. They tell you between 12 to 15 hours, maybe longer. I was only in labor for 5 hours and 12 minutes with my very first pregnancy. So as I say again, doctors do not always know what they are talking about. They always are going off of statistics, what they think. Studies is very different when the person is actually going through it. So take your time, enjoy your pregnancy. Most babies don't really get that big growth until about 30 to 32 weeks. So if your baby is weighing 1 pound, trust and believe by time it's delivery, the baby is going to be ready. I have taken baby homes at 4 pounds and 6 ounces before, and the other baby was 5 pounds and a couple of ounces. So don't worry yourself. Enjoy your pregnancy. You bring in new life. Like I said, doctors do not always know what they're talking about. Also, for morning sickness, by us carrying multiple babies, we always have the morning sickness. So one of the things that I've took for morning sickness was Zofran. I think I'm saying it right. It is good. It's sometimes you have morning sickness up to 20 weeks. Myself, I had morning sickness, but I still had to get up and had to manage to take care of 3 other sets of twins along with my son. So after doing a whole bunch of different medications to find out what works for me, Zofran works. Not only that, lemon heads, anything that's sour that might like crybabies or anything like that always makes the morning sickness go away. So try it out. Don't forget to subscribe. Any questions? I'm always reading the comments. I'm new to this, so if I didn't get the chance to answer any questions, you can hit me on my Facebook page. A lot of you guys should know it because I went on there and asked you guys to subscribe me after you guys gave me an idea of starting a YouTube channel. So thank you so much, and I love you guys. We shall always try to empower one another, especially our Black women. I always try to say, especially to the women, it's hard being a mother. It doesn't come with any instructions. It doesn't come with multiple choices. You just have to do what you feel that's right. So we should encourage one another, respect one another's opinion, respect everybody's voice. Even if we disagree, we can always have a conversation about it. Let's start empowering each other and working together, because we're much of a threat together than we are, individually. So I love you guys. Thank you for watching.